you want millions of views, like a lot of views to get a lot of money, you need a professional video. And I don't mean something that was pulled out of AI. You need to have an actual editor, an actual voice, and all this sort of stuff.
Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Truth Talk podcast. Today I'm joined with Alex. If you just want to give a brief introduction for the people that might not know you.
All right, I got you. Hey, everybody. My name is Alex Kramer. I used to do YouTube automation and I still do it. I'm kind of known for being one of those gurus that, talks about it. Obviously, I have a plaque and back to show it. In this podcast, obviously, I'm going to be talking a little bit more how I got into it, what I currently do, and exactly how I can start it. So, obviously, that's what I do. I like money. Everybody else likes money. So, kind of that's why I'm on this podcast to kind of talk about my journey to show that it's definitely possible no matter what age you are.
Awesome. So I guess we'll start with your first ever business. Can you kind of run through what that was and what that entailed?
Well, at first, when I was, I think probably 12 years old, never knew like what it was like running a business. Obviously, social media was kind of a brand new thing to me. I was just playing Roblox at the time and never understood it. But every kid's dream was to become a YouTuber, have millions of views, millions of subscribers. I think not even that was the dream. The dream was to be noticed in real life, like
Mhm.
walking at the grocery store and somebody says, "Can I get a picture with you?" Imagine you're there with your family and then, that happens. So that was the dream. So at that point, I was like, we're going to do anything, and I mean anything, to get views on YouTube. Um, Now learning it doesn't matter what content you post. It kind of matters on how it matters how much you can connect to your audience. That's if people actually want to be your fans or not. But right now, the content that I'm doing, nobody would probably care if they saw me. But anyways, how I got into it, I was 12 years old playing Roblox, big kids game, and I I don't know what it was. I think I just wanted to make a tutorial video on how to dress in the game. So online dating, unfortunately, is a big thing in Roblox, and people wanted to look cool, get an online girlfriend. So I made a video called Best Roblox Boys and Girls Outfits. And I think I kept posting on that channel till I was 15, got up to 30,000 subscribers, and that was thousands and thousands of views every single month. And I started making a couple $100 a month. And it was crazy because I could go to the store and purchase what I want with the money that I made from YouTube. It was amazing. Kids at school made fun of me, but like I said, I got relatively big, so that kind of pushed me to keep on going. And then I think probably a couple months after that, I started getting money hungry, and I was
Mhm.
16 at the time, kind of wanted to, move on with my life. So I thought I would move out of the industry, but then I found a game. I'm not going to go too specific into it, so somebody finds the channel and clowns me for it, but they had this new game and it was very popular. I made a fake code video saying these are the codes. There were no codes. I had the channel, had 0 subscribers. I promise you, I posted the video and within the first 24 hours, I got 90,000 views and I grew to
Wow.
5K subscribers, whatever. And I kept on posting and it went up to 50,000 subscribers. Then I got bored and I experienced my first burnout. Then a couple months later, I was like, okay, instead of subscribers, I want money. So I asked my friends in the industry, what do I do to make money with this Roblox stuff? Since I'm good with it, shouldn't be sharing this on the stream, but what I did was I looped a free Robux live stream. So those streams where it's like you can get free Robux by going to this website or doing this or that. I looped it and I got up to 220,000 subscribers in a span of 4 months with this channel, got banned. But in the short term, I was promoting this like black hat website where if you enter your email, I get a couple dollars from it. So that's where I made my first 10,000 bucks.
Wow.
And I was 16 at the time, so it was very addicting. And then I continued to make a couple more Roblox channels promoting like website sponsorships and making a couple $1,000s. Probably a year after that, I got into crypto. I got a couple friends into there, and I didn't know anything about crypto. I just like the hype around it. So I was like, with my YouTube skills, why don't I do anything? So I did something I shouldn't have done, but I made a channel about crypto, which I did not know anything about. So I promise you, I watched somebody else's video that I wanted to copy, watched it for 5 minutes. I was like, okay, memorize this word, reword it into my own YouTube video. And I promise you, the first video that I posted got 20,000 views and I bought a monetized channel. So I made $200 in my first day of posting and it was crazy. And I
Wow.
was, yeah. And I think after a month of posting, I got to 5,000 subscribers, which isn't a lot, but in the finance industry, it is. And I was pulling 2K a month consistently in ad revenue. These projects that wanted me to promote their coin, they would pay me $1,000 just to promote it. So I take 3 sponsorships a month. So at age 16, near 2021, I think, I was pulling probably 5K a month for at least 3 to 4 months. So it was very consistent. And that's when life really started to go somewhere. And then YouTube just kind of screwed me over. They just stopped promoting the videos and it essentially died.
Hmm.
Got into a relationship, screwed myself over twice, flew all the way to North Carolina, and I live here in Florida. So flying all the way there, got cheated on. Then at age 18, got into another relationship, got cheated on. So just a couple months later, I'm like, let's revive this and let's start a YouTube automation channel. So that's exactly what I did. In the span of 12 months, I managed to run 3 channels. Actually, no, 2. I was going to count the Roblox one, but I don't do that anymore. So essentially, one is a fitness channel and one is a finance channel. I don't run my face on it, but the finance one is what I'm kind of pursuing right now. I just post like 2 videos a week. I have it automated at $50 a video, but it was very slow at first. The only problem with YouTube automation, as much as I want to plead it and say it's a great thing to get into, it is, but it's a lot harder to blow up now on YouTube. I don't know why they just updated their algorithms. So essentially, on top of that, if you want a good video, if you want millions of views, like a lot of views to get a lot of money, you need a professional video. And I don't mean something that was pulled out of AI. You need to have an actual editor, an actual voice, all this sort of stuff. I don't care what anybody says, but 50 to 60 or even $70 a video minimum to go ahead and start. So it is hard, but it's definitely worth it in the long run. But it's kind of hard managing a team essentially. So that's kind of why I slowed back. And now, I think 4 months ago, I said, screw it. I'm going to go all the way reverse and I'm going to show my face on YouTube and I'm going to start posting tutorial videos and trying to make the most money possible without a lot of views. That isn't like illegal. So I'm not
Hmm.
going to share. Well, actually, I could share the channel at the end of this, but the product is kind of interesting. I hated on drop shipping, but this niche was still, again, kind of a black hat niche and it would be posting ways to do this, ways to do that. And I would be posting videos on it. My face is still on it, and I still run the channel. That's the one I actually focus on right now. It only has 4,000 subscribers,
Hmm.
but I pull $5,000 a month from affiliates, ad revenue, and drop shipping. So it's a very interesting niche. But as right now, that's currently what I do. And I'm in college. It's my first year here. So it's kind of laid
Awesome.
back. And the best part is it's all search traffic thanks to me knowing how to do keyword research. Posted
Hmm.
a crap ton of videos, and now I don't have to do anything. I just post once a week and it makes a lot of money. So right now,
Awesome.
trying to get into other hustles. So that's a long story,
Yeah.
but there you go.
Yeah, very detailed story about, everything that you've been through in terms of YouTube and business and life overall. It's interesting, a couple things that you said there. One thing I want to point out is, it's not easy, right, to get into YouTube and that sort of thing. And a lot of people, especially if you go on YouTube, and I've been through this rabbit hole where you see all these videos of people, oh, just, throw it in the AI, do this, do that. And it's like, it's not that simple, right? Obviously, it takes a lot more effort. And I think people in the back of their heads, they know that, but they just want to try it either way, right? And yeah. So I guess I kind of found you through Instagram. So can you kind of give a backstory of kind of how that your Instagram started and why that you have so many followers and everything like that?
I've had my Instagram for a very long time. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm pretty sure somebody botted me followers. Not all of it, but I'm gonna assume when I had those God, I can't even speak. Looped Roblox live streams, I would have people funneling. You have to like the stream. You have to follow this Instagram page, but at the time it was named something else just to get my cloud up when I was in middle school or high school. I don't know where I was at. And then also comment this word to get the free Robux. Never ended up happening, but I grew to a lot of followers because why not? What else am I going to do with the traffic? So that's how I got
Yeah.
to Instagram. But yeah, over the span of a couple of years, obviously I went on a couple of vacations to multiple countries, two of which I actually no, I was going to say I went on a cruise by myself. I went on a flight by myself to Canada, Europe, a bunch of other places
Awesome.
last year.
Yeah.
So that's where I posted on my Instagram, but um that's
Yeah,
kind of
that's
how I
another
ended
thing
up.
I wanted to ask you about is sort of that travel lifestyle. Because I mean, I don't know if you're traveling a lot, but I mean, it seems like based off like the posts and everything, it seems like you do. But yeah, I guess how old are you currently right now?
I'm 19. People
19.
say I look younger. I have a lot of acne in my face. I'm trying to control it, but I'm only 19, so yeah.
No, it's just to kind of give a timeline for viewers, in terms of
Yeah.
like, okay, 18 this happened, 19 this happened. So can you kind of elaborate a little bit on what you're currently doing in terms of, affiliate marketing and the TikTok shop stuff?
Yeah, so right now, how do I put it? So YouTube automation, like I said, that you have to get views to make money. But with affiliate marketing, I'm kind of now I want to consider myself a marketer now because with marketing, it doesn't matter how many eyeballs you get on a product. If you put it in the right customer's face and you just get a couple hundred views, you'll be able to make sales. So I figured that out very quickly. And when I started posting videos in this untapped niche, which I'm gonna keep private, I only got like 300 views on my first video, and I made like $40 in commissions. And I was like,
Wow.
that's a really high like RPM. And if we look at it that way, so I literally just kept spam posting. So I just have two YouTube channels that cover tutorials on certain tools and certain websites, and I have affiliate links with them. That's what I do. I just have a schedule, post 2 times a week. Now for TikTok Shop and yeah, just TikTok Shop and TikTok Shop affiliate. I haven't touched that yet, but I've been starting to make tutorial videos to kind of test the waters and see if people are interested in it. Posted my first video on the channel that you watch, and it's
Hmm.
it's pulling like 100 views a day. So I'm very interested. And same thing as where you went back and said everybody's like crazy in the head, like watching
Hmm.
all these AI videos. We can make a bunch of money, but you also know at the same time you can't. I'm trying to get signed up right now. They keep declining my uh invitation because you have to verify yourself now. So it's odd, but I'm testing it because I know there's money in it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, 100%. And it's almost part of shiny object syndrome, right? With people where especially, I've experienced it a lot at school and stuff like that. People will see what I'm doing. It's like, "Oh yeah, yeah, I want to help you. I want to work with you. I want to do this." And it's like, I mean, I know they're probably not even watching this video, so it kind of tells you a little bit about, like how much effort they want to put into it, right? I mean, if you're not going to put in the effort, then you're not going to get anywhere, right? And that's sort of my thoughts on it. Um, Anything you want to expand on that or?
Yeah, shiny object syndrome. Oh, that is awful. I am terrible at that. I probably have started 10 different things in this past month just because why not? I started a TikTok page just talking about marketing, trying to sell somebody else's course because somebody else claimed that they made 40 grand this month from it. Let's see. I started Etsy drop shipping. I started selling courses on Udemy and Gumroad. All this crap that people say you can make a bunch of money. If you're not consistent, it doesn't matter. And I have a very short attention span thanks to
Uh,
TikTok. So
yeah.
yeah, thank God for this channel making me money in the background, or I'd be out of
Yeah.
my house right now.
Yeah, I know. And that's one thing that I'm really trying to focus on is, sort of being consistent, right? Because I started this channel. I mean, if you look at the day, it's probably like late November of 2023. And, I've been posting, a podcast probably two every week. And this is pretty close. I believe this is going to be episode 19 of the podcast. And then so we're about to hit 20 episodes on the podcast. And my plan is just to keep it going, right? Just keep being consistent. Because I know, number one, I can always look back on this when I get older, right? I can always be like, oh, look, I have this podcast. I did this. I was talking to these people. And, I think it's a great way to connect with people, to build networks, is to talk to people. And ultimately, like if it does get a bunch of views, then awesome, and I'm growing a personal brand so people can see that I'm a real person. So I guess what are your thoughts on kind of growing a brand and that sort of thing? Because I feel like, well, go ahead.
Well, that's the good thing. So building a personal brand is one of the most valuable things that you can do because I mean, if you look at it as a business perspective, one, yes, you have to show up to the videos. You have to be the one making the videos, all this sort of stuff, because, if somebody else comes on the channel, someone's going to say, what the hell is this?
Hmm.
But on top of that, it is very valuable because if you hold a specific piece of information that nobody else knows, then they can't go to somebody else. Obviously, you have the key, you're the specific person. People can connect you to each other. So yeah, personal brand is obviously essential in any online business nowadays, unless it's something else. But for YouTube, obviously, that's kind of why I'm trying to grow it because you don't have to have a lot of followers to make a bunch of money as long as you know what you're doing.
Yeah, yeah, that's one thing that's big. And personal brands I feel like is the way of the future, right? You see all these people being successful and they're telling you, "Oh, go do YouTube and automation or go do agency, whatever it is," right? And they're building out their personal brands, right? So it's interesting that, that's something that, a trend that I've noticed and I've talked about it on other podcasts as well, sort of that sort of thing. But yeah, I guess what plans do you have for your business, right? Right now, is it just trying to grow that affiliate, or do you have any plans, or what's the goal?
Man, that's the problem. So, the affiliate marketing channel that I have right now, I am being very lazy with it, so I know that I can definitely scale it up. Maybe even make another channel, maybe even get somebody else with their face to go on the channel, do something else with it. I'm just not living above and beyond. It's very
Hmm.
easy to come on a podcast or sit in a YouTube short or Instagram reel and say, you need to do this and that. I'm one of those lazy people, unfortunately. So as of right now, I don't see myself getting, I mean, this is not good to say, but I mean, oh, maybe I could lie to myself. I could see myself making a bunch of money. But as of right now, the biggest thing that I did not want to do is go to college. That's where I'm at right now. I forced myself and I said, I mean, at the time that I forced myself to go to college is kind of when I was starting on my business again. So I kind of needed money. So that's why I started this. But anyways, backtrack to the question. Do I see myself growing all this? Yes, absolutely. I'm not gonna stop because it's my dream essentially. I wanna probably grow to 20K a month and then leave this place because I don't like it here. I was doing an
Where
assignment. Hmm?
are you currently located in Florida, or
Yeah,
what
yeah,
university?
Pensacola, Florida.
Pensacola. Oh, awesome. Yeah, I mean, I think everyone kind of, especially lately, I feel like in newer generations, that people don't really want to go to college as much as it used to be. It's a more traditional path, but I still think there is, a lot of value in doing it. But it's not necessarily, what you're learning there, because I feel like the stuff that you're learning there, you can learn anywhere else. It's more of the network you're building, right? And ultimately, the thing that you see is just the degree, right? I mean, you get
Sure.
the sort of the piece of paper, right? I don't
Yeah,
know. I
but
mean, what are your thoughts on it?
man, I asked my dad, like, hey, why am I going here if I want to make a bunch of money? He said, sure, you can do anything that you want on the side, but you got to focus on this to get your degree. And on top of that, it's a great experience to, obviously build networks with people, manage your time better, do all this. The problem is, oh, wait, I can't curse on here. I'm antisocial as hell. So bro,
Yeah.
I was sitting in class today and there's this girl that sat next to me and I'm sitting there like she's like shaking, like, bro, I cannot make connections. So this is why I love YouTube
Yeah.
and just connect to people by myself here. So
Yeah, and I think it is easier to talk to someone online. Just, you're a lot more relaxed, right? But yeah, I mean, the thing with, college, and your parents are always going to tell you to take the safest route, right? So it's like, your parents want the best for you. They want you to be the best version of themselves. But, sometimes, you got to take your own path. Sometimes you got to, do your own thing. My plan is so to go to college. Um, I go back and forth on it, right? Depending on who I talk to, some people are like, oh yeah, it would be great for you. Some people are like, maybe not the best thing, but I at the end of the day, I think I'm gonna go to college, and I'll see where that takes me. But
there
yeah,
we go. Wait, how old are you?
I'm 17. I'm a junior in high school right now.
Okay. All
So
right, I got you.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Anyway, that's kind of my plan in terms of where I see myself next couple of years. So I guess for anyone, I know you have a lot of experience with YouTube, as you've just noted. What would be some tips that you would give to someone who's trying to start their own YouTube channel?
Oh, let's see. Don't ask your friends to subscribe to your channel because not only will your videos be pushed to the wrong people, people will make fun of you. That's one. Don't try too hard on your first video or at least your first 10. It's surprising. Someone's going to say, of course, go all out on your videos. Do not because the algorithm is not going to treat you the way that you typically think. On TikTok, it's different, but with YouTube, it's not.
Hmm.
Um, Build systems to become consistent and then have a second opinion. If you can go on an incognito tab and show yourself and say, what I watch is, of course, you're going to watch it. It's your own freaking video. You're going to love it regardless. Show it to somebody else and say, hey, what do you think of this video? If they think it's bad, then it's essentially game over for you. You got to learn a little bit more about it. The cool thing is, though, that I really like about YouTube now, tutorial based videos. That's what I like doing. Like I said, I'm very lazy. For me, I don't edit my channel. The channel that makes me 5 grand a month, I don't edit on that video. I straight
Wow.
up just talk to the camera and that is it. So if anybody out there has a camera or has an iPhone and just simply wants to make tutorial videos or make money online videos or even fitness videos, anything really just teaching people what to do, that's the niche that people do not really need to edit in. I have a really high average view duration with that. So I don't know. That's just the biggest tip that I say. Don't spend time on it.
Yeah, and that's the thing that's happened to me. Like my friends instantly pretty much found the channel pretty quick. And yeah, you are gonna get pushback at school. People are gonna laugh at you and that sort of thing. But I kind of just take it as a joke, right? Like I'm just like, whatever. It's not a big deal to me. Um, but I do definitely think that I wish they kind of hadn't found it. And it's not because I don't want them to see this stuff. Like sure they can see this stuff, but it's not getting pushed out to the right people. Like all the people at school have seen my content. Like literally everyone has seen my stuff, and I'm like, that is not my target audience at all. You know what I mean? That's not who I'm trying to reach with this. But it is interesting that you say that as well.
Who is your target audience, by the way?
If I had to say who my target audience was, I'd probably say a younger version of me. So
Okay.
probably like people who, entrepreneurs or consider themselves entrepreneurs, younger who want to make money, who want to listen to people who've done it. I guess, one thing that this podcast wouldn't be the best for is that, now with everyone having such a short attention span, a podcast probably isn't the best thing. But in terms of value, I don't think I mean, the value that I'm providing on these podcasts is huge. I mean, I'm getting people on here. I mean, we had Moritz 2 podcasts ago or 3 podcasts ago. I have people on here who are, making lots of money. So it's awesome that I get to talk to them, and I know there's a lot of value in here. So yeah. Um that's kind of the reason I like doing it.
I got you. I like that. Yeah. I just, I mean, yeah, you have a very good game plan. Whenever you reached out to me, I don't know what your cold outreach was to me, but I've never been on a podcast before, and I think I've
Hmm.
declined a lot of people because I wasn't ready. I still wasn't ready, but I still decided to hop on here because you had a good outreach and you reached out to probably hundreds of people. I would never do that. So shout out to you for being consistent with that and also getting Moritz on there because if he wasn't on there, I wouldn't be on here. So good networking skills.
Yeah, so that's the main thing with this podcast is, right? It started out just me and a friend, right? We're recording. We did probably 10 episodes. It's just me and my friend. We did it talking about business stuff, talking about, daily life stuff. And then I'm like, okay, well, I should probably get some different people on here, right? So I'm like, okay, I sent a couple DMs. I got a reply at first and I'm like, okay, this guy has, 10K on Instagram. I'm like, okay, you can hop on, we'll talk, right? And from there, it's kind of been like just this constant, you know, snowball effect where I've just been getting more people on. And it's crazy that you think that I'm sending hundreds of DMs because I'm not gonna lie to you guys. If you guys are watching this, I've probably sent in total, not even exaggerating, probably about 30 DMs.
Wow, you have a high
Not even
opening.
exact.
That's crazy.
And it's not even. I'm just like, hey, you want to come on this podcast? I'll edit up some clips for you, right? And I kind of got, I got the first couple people on there, and then when people can see that there's other people that have done it before and that sort of thing, it's a lot easier. And then I've had tons of people come on who are referrals or people who have like, oh, I hopped on this guy's podcast. He's a super nice guy. Let me hop on there as well, right? And that's kind of what I did with you, right? I mean, I saw you saw my story, and I was looking through the people who viewed my story. I'm like, okay, this guy has 100 something, 100 something thousand followers. I'm like, okay, well, I might as well reach out, right? See what happens, because what's the worst thing that happens? You say no, okay,
Yeah,
you
man.
know
Well,
what I
I'm one
mean?
of those people that will read my Instagram DMs. I know so many famous people. If you send them a DM, you'll never hear from them. For me,
Yeah.
I, I again, short attention span. I love the dopamine hit. So if somebody DMs me, I'm replying to you.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm also always on like checking DMs and that sort of thing. I mean, just to see. At the end of the day, like even if you didn't reply or anything, like I mean, it's not that big a deal to me, right? I'm sure someone else will want to come on or whatever, right? But it's awesome that I am getting these amazing stories, right? These people who are doing amazing things on the podcast, right? Yeah. Um, so I guess from here, I mean, I wanted to ask you about the travel lifestyle and everything, but do you do a lot of traveling or?
No, because I think I do it like once a year. I figure
Hmm.
something out and then eventually make kind of last minute plans. But
Hmm.
yeah, I have a bad memory. This summer, I went somewhere in the Bahamas. I kind of forgot. I went on one with my family. But this time, since I was making money, I paid for my own ticket. So technically, I can call
Uh,
it like I traveled.
yeah.
But the thing is, I'm very lazy. I took a bunch of pictures that are ready to post on Instagram, haven't even touched it yet. I also went to Rome, Italy, Greece, Spain, Switzerland last summer. I think I only posted on my Instagram like 3 pictures. I have hundreds. So I've done a lot, but I'm just kind of a private person and also a lazy person. So that's how it is.
Yeah, I'd love to do that trip around Europe and go see everything. I mean, that's probably senior year trip for me is just gonna go with my friends and just hop
There
on
we
a
go.
train and just go see everything. Because I mean, I'm from Spain, so I have a lot of family in Spain. I go to Spain every summer.
Okay.
So it's like that. I know Spain, but I want to see the rest of Europe. I know it's beautiful, so that's definitely a plan for me. And were you able to do some of your business stuff on your trips, like in terms of working or anything like that, or was it kind of like?
That one channel that I just told you about, the one with 4,000 subscribers making that much money per month. So again, since it's a face or a personal brand type of thing, you got to keep the videos rolling. And since it's not automated, I had to record the videos. So before the trip started, I recorded 10 videos. I pre-recorded it, like clipped it up and just stored it in my YouTube. And no, I didn't even pay anybody to edit it. I just paid somebody to make the thumbnails for me, and that was literally it. I scheduled the videos, and then yeah, so I was able to like title the videos, put the description in. So technically, I was working from a train in Spain, uploading one video, and the time that I was not home, the oh god, I can't speak. The time that those videos were not even being made at home, I was posting them from another country. That's when the channel started blowing up. So I was sitting, waking up in
Yeah.
different countries, and I get like hundreds of bucks on my phone. I think my highest day was $1,300 in sales
Wow.
from one of my drop shipping stores that I promote on that channel. It was a crazy feeling. I was feeling like a digital nomad, but you know,
Yeah. Yeah, have you ever thought about trying to do that lifestyle, the travel lifestyle or anything like
I
that?
would love to, but right now I'm not at that sustainable
Yeah.
business to just get up and go because I
Yeah.
here.
No. I totally understand that. Yeah, I actually have a friend who's moving to Thailand pretty soon. I mean, I think he's only going for a couple months, but it's interesting, right? Like he just saved up some money. He was like, I'm gonna go try it. Same age as me and everything.
Wow.
So yeah, interesting stuff. And I think that lifestyle, there's a lot of appeal to it, right? Because you're like you're going to these different places. It's just different. The whole scene is different, and you can still work and do everything, but I also think that there is something to be said for that sort of optimization that you have in your everyday life when you're at home, right? It's a lot calmer, it's a lot
Oh yeah.
more relaxed. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
that's sort of one
I
thing that I would
don't
say.
know. I'm one of those people that know I don't have a Lamborghini or I don't have my own house. I'm trying to save money because why not? So I'm in a 4 bedroom apartment right now.
Hmm.
All my roommates, those TikToks where it's like typical college student where they're all drinking and partying. I didn't think that was a real thing until I met my roommates. They're never
Yeah.
here.
Wow.
You go in the kitchen, there's alcohol bottles like everywhere. So I'm, oh my God, this is real. Like this is actually how people are living their life. And not to hate on them, but that's just me integrated. That's not me. So
Yeah.
that's I
Yeah.
don't even know how I got into that, but it's a real thing.
You're not the first person that's told me that, like on the podcast and everything, how just that sort of lifestyle and everything where it's kind of like just partying, not really doing much else. Um, yeah, no, that wouldn't appeal to me at all either. That sort of like I just I feel like there's better things to do, and even now like find myself like I'll still obviously hang out with friends and go do stuff and all that sort of thing, but not as much as I used to. Like I've kind of stopped playing video games. I haven't played the game in like I don't know how long, maybe
Yeah.
2 or 3 weeks. Which is surprising to me considering how much I used to play, right? Like that was like my whole life. Like I was one of those kids, like you were saying, with the YouTube that's like, oh, I can make money playing games. Like I want to do this, right? I had my own channel. But yeah, like that sort of thing. That was who I was, and it's kind of changed now with YouTube, with the business and stuff like that. So yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's kind of come down to that. My antisocial skills have gone absolutely crazy. So in
Mm.
college, I've made a couple friends, but none of them actually like stick. So I don't have a single person that I can call up. I don't have a girlfriend. I don't got anybody. So it's a very, and I mean very lonely path. So sitting here by myself kind of makes me insane. So being on this podcast is my only form of entertainment today.
Yeah. At some sort of conversation and interaction, I guess. But yeah, I mean, I guess online gives you kind of this outlet to kind of be a little bit more open and talk to people as well. I mean, one thing that I talked to somebody else on the podcast about was the connectedness of everything, right? I mean, I'm talking to you, you're in Florida right now, right?
Correct.
You know, I'm in Houston, Texas. So, I mean, I've talked to people all over the world, right? Australia, South Africa, you know, different people all over the world. And that's one thing that I love about social media and ultimately being able to relate to all these people and build that network.
Absolutely. I will say just the most general business tip out there. If you ever want to make money, like, and you have no other skills, the easiest skill that also will pay you the most is social media.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
obviously you know about that. But for most people that are sitting in this podcast that are ready to say, I'm going to click out of here, there's no value. That's one of the biggest things. Get good at social media.
Yeah, social media is key, and I think that's where it's going, right? It's people building the personal brand, doing whatever it is, the YouTube, and even a lot of people are really scared to put their face out there. I don't know if that is that would that be a problem for you or
Was it? Whoa. Oh, actually, I forgot about my other ventures. So again, I was after the fame. So I started an ASMR channel. Worst
interesting?
mistake in my life. I got ruined at school. Walk up to one day and everybody's making these sounds to me. Yeah, that was the
Yeah,
end of my life. So I had multiple channels, but multiple ones on my face. I never had followers at the time, so it was really embarrassing. But now looking back at it, I don't talk to any of those people.
yeah.
Never have. And I think I've had a couple people actually text me, "Hey man, I'm proud of you. I see you in Spain. I see you in all these places making a bunch of money." So I just leave them on open.
Wow.
People aren't nice to me. They weren't nice to me back then. So
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean that's one thing. I mean, at school, I just take it as a joke, right? I'll laugh with them. Like I can laugh at myself, and I think that's a skill that a lot of people need to develop as well. And sort of just being able to laugh at yourself, right? If you can laugh at yourself, no one can hurt you with their words, at least, right?
there we
At
go.
least for me personally. That's one piece of advice that I would give to anyone who's struggling to start a personal brand just because they don't want to put their face out there. But yeah.
I like that. Yeah, I take I take criticism in a little bit of a different way. If somebody comments on my on how my face gets red in nervous situations, you can see the color differentiation or my acne. Man, I take it a little bit too personal because I'm hard on myself as well about it. But you got that stone mindset. I understand what you mean. If somebody shows my video, I'm not gonna go crazy. My roommates play it on the TV all the time, so
Yeah, no, I guess it's odd, right? Because a lot of people like yourself, right? You do take it kind of personally, and I guess to a certain extent, certain things do bug me, right? Like certain things, I'm like, okay, like enough is enough, right? But like, I never really, I'll laugh with them. I'll make jokes about myself. I guess I don't know where I developed that skill, but it's just kind of I've always done it. Just not necessarily like it's not necessarily like even an ego thing where like I feel like if people laugh at me like I'm like I don't know it's weird but I've developed that skill and I think it's a good skill to have so
yeah,
yeah so I
absolutely.
guess for someone I know you said go into social media but if you someone brand new right they're looking at to get into maybe YouTube automation or maybe whether it's affiliate marketing whatever it is what would you tell them where would you start.
Where would I start? Man, that's a good question. I got to think about that because YouTube automation is not for starters. Affiliate marketing is it's kind of hard. Essentially, you just need traffic to anything. So,
Mm,
if you want to sell something, you need traffic to your website. If you want to, sell a digital product, traffic to that essentially. I mean, actually thinking about it now, quick ways, quick money. Um Essentially this is going to sound really odd, but listing things on eBay, Facebook Marketplace, or Etsy, that's SEO already given to you. They promote your listings based on what you already have for them, if that's quick money. But the easiest way to start like passive income online is social media by far. YouTube for me, that's what I love personalizing in because short form content, I like to joke around with it. I've never had a big channel with with shorts because every single time I post on any social media platform, I get a couple hundred, maybe a couple thousand views, but that's it. The short dies after a couple days or maybe even a couple hours. With YouTube, though, I have videos years ago that still get me views. So I like
mm.
to say the general thing short form content is a short lifespan, and long form videos on YouTube have a long span. So if you want passive income, but slowly exponentially going up, do YouTube. It's easy.
Yeah, that's something that I wanted to ask you about the shorts and everything. And I know the algorithm for shorts is different. Um, But I've had experiences with shorts where my shorts will get like 2, 3K views and then they just die, like you're saying. And then other times, when the video actually gets pushed out, it goes crazy. Like it just blows up.
Yep.
So I mean, I guess would you said you probably wouldn't recommend that for someone starting?
I mean, it's a quick way, yes, but if you want to be like an actual business and get stable residual income, then probably long form is your way to go. But yeah, no, I mean TikTok and everything, it's the easiest way.
Hmm.
It's stealing people's attention by the minute. So of course they're gonna reward you if you make some good videos. So yeah, I mean TikTok is a way to go, but of course through there you'll still need, I think, 1,000 followers to put a link in bio, or even with TikTok Shop, it's easy, but
Yeah.
it's, I
For
mean,
the different platforms, there's different requirements, right? YouTube, it's
yeah.
what 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 or no 3 million watch hours for shorts. I mean
3,000 watch.
watch
Yeah, yeah.
views, sorry,
Actually, yeah.
views.
It's
And
crazy.
then yeah, so the requirements for YouTube are kind of crazy for shorts. And then like the watch hours, I feel like I mean it is a lot, but I feel like that's achievable compared to the shorts where it's like 3 million, or I think it's 3 million views, right?
No
Um,
idea.
yeah. And then TikTok, I'm not sure the exact requirements. But I think the follower count is more. I'm not too sure on that.
It's 1,000 for a link in bio, 5,000 to join the TikTok Shop affiliate program, 10,000 for this create
Creator
like
program, right?
creator program, whatever it's called, and
Yeah.
then 0 followers for affiliate if you want to be as your own business. So
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, I know you mentioned you did some drop shipping. Can you talk a little bit about that? You don't have to give away the niche or anything like
yeah,
that.
no,
Just
no, no,
kind of
that's
give a
perfectly fine. I was actually gonna pull out my, you know what? I'll do it just to show, because every single drop shipping guru out there will say I made 10,000 bucks this month. I will actually show you this the the Stripe account so you can actually see it. I will disclaim though, it's kind of a black hat product, so it's like not illegal, but also not like seen before. So it's kind of like you have to buy it. I don't know how to explain it, but hold on, my phone is on so I can show you. But with drop shipping, it's very interesting. So whenever I say YouTube, YouTube is long form videos, so I get views even if I don't post for a couple days, probably even a couple weeks, and I can still make sales. So let's see. Okay, yeah. So through YouTube, it's very rare in this instance. There's almost no niches on YouTube where you can just put your drop shipping store in the link in the description. For this niche that I found a way where I have a store and people actually purchase from it. So let's see. I don't know if this
it's
focus.
kind of blurry, but you can kind of see the figures there. Oh, there it is. Yeah,
The past,
there's the thumbnail.
yeah, past 4 weeks we've done 8 grand in revenue, so you can screenshot that if you want, without my account.
Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
so has that been all through YouTube?
yeah, so I really want to master this because drop shipping, everybody makes it seem impossible, like, oh, you can't make money with it. And I didn't believe so either. But yeah, I make a couple sales every single day. It's high ticket, by the way, so it's physical products. So one might question what the heck would that be, but there are millions of products out there. Um, what the heck? Okay, interesting email. But yeah, so it's a high ticket product. Now, the reason that people buy it more than usual, the conversion rate is relatively higher. It's because it's a product that's like, wow, I've never
I-
seen that before. It's not an invention, but it's something that's just I don't know. I can't go into it. But I really want to start selling digital products now because this drop shipping store, like I said, it's easy money, Black Hat edition. The problem is it's also a pain in the ass to fulfill these orders. I have to pay some overseas Chinese supplier that doesn't even speak English. So I send them a
okay.
picture of the product. I have to manually import all of it because it's also a store that has hundreds of different products. So I get an order, I send them a picture, I have to send them money through Alipay. It's odd. So it's not the easiest. So
Yeah.
I do have a course, as any guru would. Yes, I have a course. It's 400 bucks, but I think I enjoyed selling those the most because of course they would get value out of it, but it would be 100% profit. I wouldn't have to fulfill anything. So,
Yeah.
that's kind of why I want to start my personal brand as well. Passive search
Yeah.
traffic and then also no fulfillment. So that's why.
Yeah, and then another thing that you mentioned, earlier when you were talking about YouTube is knowing, keyword research and that sort of thing. Could you talk a little bit about, SEO, keyword research, just like maybe, niche research, right? For YouTube?
Absolutely. So there's really not much to dive deep into it. There are actually videos out there that are 30-minute mastery courses on how to do keyword research. There's no secret for me. It is literally the easiest thing in the world, and I will make this easy for anybody. Doing keyword research is literally going on vidIQ or TubeBuddy, typing in a keyword that is one, two, or three keywords, or maybe a sentence. And if it has 30,000 searches a month and low competition, then you're good. So I literally have a video
Okay.
that makes me a couple $100s a month, literally just one video on this small channel. And all I did to find the video was go onto somebody else's channel, see if it gets views, use the keyword research tool. And the keyword had like 80,000 searches a month, low competition, copied the video, and it gets me a crap ton of views. It's that easy.
Yeah.
But for niche
And
research, I think the easiest ones to do is health, wealth, let's see, maybe fitness, fashion, because it all matters what you want to do. If you want to sell a physical product or be an affiliate for something, obviously somewhere where you can sell a physical product. If you want to be more infographic and do tutorials, then really anything you want out there. It depends on the product. A lot of people misconcept that. They say, what niche should I choose? You want to say, what do I want to sell to them first? Do I want to sell them an info product, an actual product, or whatever? Then pick your niche. It's kind of the other way around.
interesting. Yeah. So when you say like, find the keywords on vidIQ and everything, I mean, I've personally used vidIQ and everything, but where do you sort of include the keyword, right? Do you put it as a tag? Do you put it in the title? Do you put it in the description? I mean, where do you include it for the video?
So the cool thing is that, first of all, it kind of matters. So the keyword that I target every single time, it's just one single word.
Mm.
And for some reason, there's not a lot of people in the industry. So now people, if they search up that keyword just alone, you'll find my channel. But the thing is that you have to find a keyword that you can integrate into a title that's, I guess you can make it, well, it depends on the content. So for me, I make informational slash entertaining. So this, if I talk about this product, an example title was I found this product on the keyword, or the best thing on this website, whatever. That's kind of that way. Just find a way to include the keyword in your title. It's not really that hard. And then copy and paste. What I found to work, copy the title and paste it into the description as the first word. That's it.
Mm. Okay, interesting. Yeah. No, because a lot of people, they'll go on vidIQ, they'll look at it, but you don't really know what to look for, right? When you're looking on these sites and everything, and it's a
Don't
lot of information given to you at once, right?
Yeah, don't look at those keywords that are a million with low competition. It's not low competition. It'll update pretty quickly. It's a
Mm.
taking keyword 30,000 to 100,000 low competition, and you're set.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Um,
just
you
make sure
go.
that there are multiple keywords to back it up, though. So if you find, let's say, like if you search up best tennis rackets, also see if there's another keyword that's like best tennis rackets 2023 or 2024. Make sure it also has good search traffic. If it's just one keyword, you can't find anything else in the niche, then it's not worth it. You want to have multiple video ideas.
Awesome. Yeah. So, I guess I've asked this to many people on the podcast before. What are your thoughts on, working for your passion, what you want to do, versus working for what pays the most?
I was waiting for this question. Work for money, but do it until you don't do something that you'll go insane doing, because I've made money through some ludicrous ways, but I hated it. This YouTube stuff, it pays me the most, but I do the less work. I'm not going to say I hate what I do, but I also don't really care for what I do. I just know something about the topic. So I'll say don't do any of that. Find something you're knowledgeable in.
Mm.
Maybe you like it, maybe you don't. Just do something that you can consistently do every single week. Doesn't matter if it's once a week, twice a week. If you can do it consistently without going insane and it pays good, it's a good niche. That's all you need. But yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, passion is good for sure. But typically, I mean, me personally, I'm not passionate about anything. I do not care about anything beside. I'm passionate about things, but I don't take extreme interest into it. I have an Audi. I love driving it fast. It's supercharged. The thing is, I know nothing about cars. I would love to
Yeah.
make a channel about it. I don't know anything about cars, so that's
Yeah,
my
maybe
thing.
that's your next channel. Um,
I'd love to.
yeah, no,
Um,
that's another thing. I like driving as well, but I mean, I don't know that much about cars either, you know?
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think everyone has passions, right? But well, I mean, an interesting way of putting it is if you're forced to do something, then you're always gonna end up hating it, right? And I mean, I go back and forth with that, right? Because I don't think I could, like, for example, for me personally, like I love soccer, right? I don't think I could ever find myself hating soccer, not playing. Like, even if I had to play it every day for, a year, right? Like there's sometimes where I wouldn't want to go to practice or do something. But at the same time, like when I'm at practice, I get there, I'm like, okay, yeah, now I'm playing soccer. Like, what else would I rather be doing, right?
Okay, so we're both soccer players then. I like that. I
Yeah,
used to be a striker for like 7 years.
really. Did you
Yeah.
play club or anything like that?
Hmm?
Did you play club or
No, I just did like I don't know if you know
school?
what MPR is. Yeah, with like the school with like some private things. But yeah, every single team that I went on, I was always the left striker. And I loved doing that. I was super skinny as a kid, but like I said, I got in those relationships and I got fat. So I'm like, screw it. I'm just gonna go to the gym and now just start businesses. So I wish I can start soccer. There's a soccer team here. I'm too antisocial to apply to it. So
I mean, you should try for sure. But yeah, that was originally my plan was to go to college and play soccer there and do that. But yeah, I've definitely shifted towards the business stuff as well. And I mean, I like to do business as well. Like even as much it is as it is a lot of work. Like like today, like for example, I got up at like 6:30, had a call with a guy, and then he literally rescheduled on me, but then I woke up at 6:30. So I'm like, stuff like that happens. But yeah, I like the lifestyle ultimately.
I like that. Sorry, I'm raising my desk. Yeah, that's one thing. So everybody says you should do what you're passionate about or do something that you're good at, like I just said a minute ago. That's the thing. So that's why I made my YouTube channel. The only problem is starting, like, let's say a coaching business or starting your own course. You have to know some pretty good information about what you're talking about. And my biggest passion, I love talking about business. I love talking about affiliate marketing, drop shipping, YouTube automation, anything. The problem is I'm not like a super guru. I don't make 10, 20, 30,000 a month. I probably make like 6 or 7K at most. And it's, up and down. So I would love to talk about that. I would love to do my passion. And on top of that, it's something that people want to learn about. So that's kind of the struggle that I'm in right now. So that's why I said I almost didn't come on this podcast because I'm not completely sure of who I am right now. But
Mm.
that's that.
Yeah. No, I mean, a good thing about a podcast like this is you can look back on this in, a year, even more than that, 5 years, and you can be like, oh, look, this is where I was then. Look at me now. I'm doing this, I'm doing that, or maybe I want to get back to where I was, right? Whatever it is, right? You can always look back at it. And that's one of the main reasons I do this podcast too. But yeah, I guess we've been going for a pretty good time now. Is there anything else you would want to talk about or add or ask for the viewers to know before we wrap it up?
Ooh, man, I can't think of anything. I don't know, but oh,
Any, go
don't
ahead.
believe in everything you see on the internet
Yeah.
because I'm shooting myself in the foot, but there's a bunch of people that it is so easy to say I made 50K in 4 weeks doing this
Mm,
business model. I was like, you know what? Why don't I try that? Not that, but lying on the internet about it. It works. It works really freaking well. People believe you like crazy. They hit your
mm.
DMs. You can sell them anything. I felt really
Wow.
bad doing that a week later. I felt like trashy like imposter syndrome. Just don't believe everything else you see on the internet because there's a lot of lies, a lot of deception. So take time on any business, on whatever you do, and just never look back because it could change your life.
Yeah. So, your Instagram will be linked in the description and your YouTube channel will also be linked in the description for people that want to go check you out. Um, it, anything else before you wrap it up?
Nope. I appreciate you having me on here.
Thank you for coming on. And that'll wrap it up for the Truth Talk podcast. And we'll see you guys in the next one.